Hey guys, Mrs. Cott here. I'm trying something new with recording. Instead of doing it on YouTube, I'm going to try and do it on Zoom so that I can use the whiteboard and kind of try it that way. We'll see. This lesson calls for a lot of discs, so I really wanted to be able to do it that way. Okay? So we will be doing lesson 3. So now we're going to bring in those mixed numbers, and we're still only working in tenths, okay? So again, that place value chart is going to be huge when we're ready for it, okay? So I want to show you quickly kind of what this is going to go through. So I'm going to share my screen, and I've already set it up for you to have decimals there. So hopefully it's still there. We never know. Ah, there we go. Okay. So I also apologize for my handwriting because it's atrocious and it's hard. Doing the best I can, guys. Okay. So if you look in your workbook, I'm doing lesson 3, just so you guys know. Let me write that up here. Okay. Uh-oh. Lesson 3. Okay. So in our workbooks, if you're following along, it's pages 11 and 12. Okay. So the first problem says circle groups of tenths to make as many ones as possible. So we're going to go through that. Okay. So we know that if we have 10 tenths, if I circle those 10 tenths together, okay, I'm going to switch colors. If I circle these, whoops, clapped the wrong thing. So if I circle this group right here of tenths, if I count them up, 1 tenth, 2 tenths, 3 tenths, 4 tenths, 5 tenths, 6 tenths, 7 tenths, 8 tenths, 9 tenths, 10 tenths. So if I write that as like, if I know, let's just write it like a fraction, right? Because I already know it off the top of my head. So let's write that. If I know that I have 10 tenths, 10 tenths equals what, everybody? 1 whole. Beautiful. Now let's see what I have left. If I circle my other parts that I have, okay, what's my change here? I have what? 4 what? 4 tenths, right? So how would I write that? And I need to add them because this is a plus sign. Combining these two, how much total do I have? I have what? 1 and 4 tenths, right? Now, I got to turn this into a decimal. So this first part's my fraction, okay? But now I need to come up with my decimal. Oops, sorry guys, I know you can't see me that well. I'm trying with my my new stylus, so bear with me, my loves, bear with me. You're so patient with me and I appreciate it. Fractions and whoops, and the decimal, okay? So now I'm gonna go back and make my life easy because you know how much Mrs. Cott loves her tricks and tips. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to make my place value chart because you know how much I love it. Label it tens, ones. There's my decimal. What comes after that decimal? Tenths. Good. Oh, I forgot my N. Tenths. And then what? Hundredths. Hundredths. Okay, so how am I going to fill this in? How many tens do I have? I don't have any. How many ones do I have? I have 1. And then what do I have? I have 4 tenths. Do I have any hundredths? Nope. So in this case, 1 and 4 tenths also equals 1 with a decimal of 4 tenths. And they are equal. Okay? Do we see that? We just took smaller circles and we kind of combined them to make a fraction, but we also showed that it equals a decimal. Okay, so if I have 4 tenths here, okay, how many more am I going to need if I want to get to, so say I have, okay, I have 1 and 4 tenths. How much more am I going to need if I want to get to 2? Who can tell me? What more am I going to add to get to 2? I have 1 and 4 tenths, so let's count that out. 4, I would need 5 tenths, 6 tenths, 7 tenths, 8 tenths, 9 tenths, 10 tenths. How many more do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many more do I need? 6 tenths. Remember the 0 because I don't need any more whole numbers. There we go, 6 tenths. Okay, do we see that? Okay, this lesson's pretty straightforward. It's just adding, using your fractions and making sure that you use your place value chart. Okay, I can't stress that enough. Use your place value chart. Use it, use it, use it, use it, love it, make it your own, dream about it. I know some of you are laughing at me right now, but use this because it gives you all of your answers. Okay, all right, so now I am going to clear this board and I want to go on to another one because now all of a sudden we're going to look at some ones with some bigger place values. Okay, so I'm going to clear this. Okay, and we're going to do another one. All right, so let's look at, what if I gave you this one? Now they're getting it fancy on us. Okay, so be ready to pay attention. Okay, what if they gave me 3 10s, 4 1s, and this pen's not as great as I want it to be. 4 1s. Let's try the other side. 4, nope, I really don't like it. I'm gonna have to return it and get a new one. So 3 10s. I'm gonna clear all that because I don't like it. Okay. We have 3 10s. Man. 4 1s. Sorry guys, you're being really great with me. And 3 this one does not like it. 10s. 3 tenths. Okay, that's a 3. Okay, so now if I'm going to just, let's make our chart. Why be hard on ourselves? Why make life harder? I'm going to make my place value chart because that is what works for who? Me, okay? Making my chart. Okay, I always put my decimal in there, okay? And then I know that there's 2 spots after that decimal to the right, and it is called the tenths and the hundredths, okay? And then beforehand, I have the what? The ones and the tens. Okay, so now let's look at our number. I'm just gonna fill my chart in, right? I'm gonna make it really easy on myself. I'm just gonna fill it in. How many tens do I have? I have 3. How many ones do I have? 4. My decimal, how many tenths do I have? 3. How many hundredths do I have? 0. So now if I had to write this in a decimal form, how would I write it? I'm gonna switch out my colors because I like to. Let's go with this, ooh, green. I have 34 and 3 tenths. But what if I wanted to write it as a fraction? 34, and then I have 3 tenths, right? Both of those are the same. I'm sorry, guys. I know this pen is not the best. I'll have a new one for us next week. Okay? So this, whoops. So that would be your answers. Okay? Right now, don't worry about expanded form or like fraction expanded form or decimal expanded. I'm sorry, fraction expanded form or decimal expanded form. We'll spend more time working on that together once we're in person. Okay? So really what I want you to focus on is taking what they give you, okay? And then from there, I want you to be able to write it in decimal form and fraction form, okay? All right, I know that this one is a little tricky in this lesson, so. All right, well, that is all I have for you for lesson 3, all right? Let's see. Make sure, I'll save up that picture for us. All right, and I'm gonna bring it back to me. Okay, so that's really all I have for you guys for that, okay? I hope it helped. Feel free to email me or send me anything that you may need, all right? Bye, guys. I'll see you next week for lessons 4, 5, and 6.